Today is officially going down in the pages of gaming history because it sounds like Activision Blizzard is about to have every single one of their games, everything from Diablo to freaking Call of Duty, possibly deleted off of the Xbox and PlayStation storefronts. This is literally a move that would cost their company billions, if not tens of billions of dollars. But let's talk about how this is happening. What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, and the most important character in the story I'm about to tell is this dude, Bobby Kotick. He's the CEO in charge of Activision Blizzard. Now, he's your typical stereotype billionaire. He's this gigantic rich dude who completely sucks. He has no real morals. He's the guy who pushes them to put all the microtransactions in loot crates. I mean, objectively, the guy is scum on the gaming industry. Almost everything you personally hate about season passes or crappy DLC can be traced back in some way to big old Bobby himself. Well, it turns out that along with being a terrible businessman, Bobby is also a piece of scum. Now, over the course of the last week, there's been a ton of insider reporting coming out about the fact that he's been covering up for some absolutely heinous acts, like things that I can't even read out loud because literally would get this video demonetized. But let me read one specifically, which really caught my eye. Bobby Kotick telling his assistant that he would have her killed. Look at this. In 2006, one of his assistants complained that he had harassed her, including threatening in a voicemail to have her killed. And then Activision just confirms it. You know, he apologized when that happened. It was a really inappropriate voicemail. He got sued by a flight attendant because he was being creepy to her. And when she asked him to stop, he kicked her off the flight and fired her. This was confirmed true as well because then he had to pay her $200,000 to shut her up. This guy sucks. But even his own employees hate him. Activision shareholder group calls for Bobby Kotick to actually be resigned. Kick him out. Remove him right now. This guy just sucks so bad. But here's the real crux. The meat that makes this extra interesting. Obviously, everybody hates Bobby, but specifically Jim Ryan, the guy who's actually in charge over at PlayStation right now, he's saying Activision isn't doing enough to get rid of Bobby Kotick. Lately, Activision has basically been like, oh, these are just some dumb rumors. None of this is real. Bobby Kotick's a great guy. Well, Jim Ryan is basically saying, sorry, that's not enough. They've not done enough to address the deep-seated culture and discrimination and harassment. Now, what caught my attention about this is that in the past, Jim Ryan has never really spoken on a morality or a business issue like this. He's kind of the guy who just says, all right, as long as the games are selling, we'll just stay out of the way. Except for the fact that now it seems like PlayStation is removing all of their ad partnerships with Call of Duty Vanguard. This is what their stuff looks like now. This is what it looked like yesterday. So it's pretty suspicious that previously they were pushing Call of Duty very, very hard across all the PlayStation stores. I think they even had exclusive DLC. All the betas and alphas and stuff were exclusive on PlayStation. It seems like Sony is basically telling them to F off. Now, here's what's interesting to me. Now, officially, as I record this video, this actually just came out 53 minutes ago, the head of Xbox is now talking about reevaluating their relationship with Activision. Now, I don't know if you understand business speak, but this essentially means they're kicking him out of the Cool Kids Club. The boss of Xbox, Phil Spencer, has joined the chorus of industry professionals criticizing Activision Blizzard, telling staff in an email obtained by Bloomberg that Xbox is evaluating all aspects of our relationship. Oh my gosh. So essentially, the pressure is really starting to grow. Now, if you don't know business speak, this is essentially them saying that they're not afraid to remove their games off of their storefronts to make a point. This guy is hurting everything he touches. Bobby Kotick is cancer. Not only is this guy managing to take money, he's hurting their business permanently. And this is actually in effect. Now, I've never seen this before, but actually, everybody hates Bobby Kotick so much, and I feel like his games are getting so bad, it's hurting his entire company. Call of Duty Vanguard sales are down 40% compared to last year. Now, part of this comes to just people being a bit burned on things like Call of Duty in general, but this goes for all of their games. I found this great chart. Here it is. This is their monthly users of all different Blizzard games. Now keep in mind, this is everything. This is Diablo. There's Overwatch right here. It's World of Warcraft. Their entire games library, their entire games Their entire games library is going into the freaking, their entire games library is going into the freaking toilets. Like, I'm not sure I've ever seen a company manage to throw away so much money. They've thrown away so much potential. They've thrown away so much of their own self-built hype. And I think you could trace this back very directly to big old Bobby Kotick. Now, the reason I'm making this video specifically is that I feel like Bobby Kotick being removed is very, very vital to this entire industry. Right now, I feel like I'm seeing people say, oh, it doesn't really matter. Removing one scumlord isn't actually going to improve things. But I think it will. I think this is going to be a great example of the fact that there is a line in the sand. You can become too much of a piece of crap. A lot of times in this industry, you can be pretty freaking lame and you kind of get away with it. If your games sell, if you manage to keep low-key enough, sometimes it seems like the absolute worst humans you've ever met somehow just slide past because they keep making profit. But here's the issue with that. The developers are suffering. The people who make the games we love are paying the price. Like right here's a great quote by Cory Barlog. This guy is obviously the director of God of War 2018. The devs at Activision Blizzard deserve so much better than this. It's the devs' work, their sweat, that makes Kotick and the company rich. There's nothing about the devs without the devs treats them better. I've had a chance recently to sit down and talk face to face with some of the developers working on Diablo 4, and they straight up told me that working at Blizzard right now, working beneath the Activision umbrella, completely sucks. They said that your boss can completely mistreat you, treat you like absolute garbage, and if you even complain about it, they just throw you away like trash. It sucks that this entire industry now is built so that bad people inside this company are allowed to do whatever they want, because Kotick at the top is basically saying, if I can do it, you can do it. Fire this man into the sun, and then after that, burn down the entire freaking board. There is actually talks about how a bunch of people inside of Activision Blizzard, all the way at the top, are actually defending Bobby Kotick and saying, yeah, okay, mistreats people for the last 20 years, but he also makes a lot of money. He makes us a lot of profit. I feel like this cannot be allowed. Here's my example to that. Hades. Hades is a phenomenally good game. It has a great soundtrack, good art. It is a very, very fun experience from top to bottom. This was made by a couple friends at their own pace, at their own effort, and with everybody getting a great paycheck at the end of it. This game has so much heart and soul inside of it. It is obvious that the people who made this game love this game. More freaking games like Hades. More passion, less pressure. More love, more timelines, more ability to create good art. Okay, well, I just wanted to talk about this because absolutely screw this. I hope they straight up rip their stores right off the storefront. Like, if I'm being completely honest, what I hope happens is I hope they just keep turning up the pressure on frickin' Bobby. I hope all this stuff gets removed for at least a week off of the Xbox storefront, the PlayStation storefront. Make this man absolutely suffer. Make that stock tank. Make that stock tank. Really make this man regret every bad decision, because absolutely he deserves it. We hate you, Bobby. Well, thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a gigantic thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and of course, keep dreaming. Except for you, Bobby. I don't want you to ever sleep again. Or maybe you should go to jail. Sleep in jail. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.